So, what are my goals? Well, honestly, like I said, I'm working on projects, and one of them is heavily related to this YouTube channel. But to bring it to life would not be easy. Some YouTubers are able to do it with no money at all, and I admire them for that. So I'm trying to look at my options of what I could do and just start with that and build my way up. In terms of other things, I basically want to just go out and do a few things with my life. I don't know, I've been very vague with this video. But essentially, yeah. In a couple days, I'm gonna gather up everything I got. I'm gonna make my report to HR, and I'm just gonna hope that everything will go well after I make that report. Will I continue to work at this environment? No. Some individuals have already retaliated. Okay, well, no, that's not true. I can't say they retaliated. I could suspect what they did was deliberate retaliation, but I cannot confirm if it is retaliation. Does that make sense? It's one of those scenarios where coulda, woulda, shoulda. Well, no, not coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's more like... Shoot. What did this room have? Was there anything in here at all? Oh. I'm gonna definitely look at another place. Why? Because a couple of places I have my eyes on are not just positive, but they have a few things I could actually genuinely learn a thing or two from. And I wish to do that. I wish to expand my horizons and to learn how to do a few things. I believe it would be my benefit. And even if it doesn't have a whole lot to benefit, well, still. Oh, you bloody thing. I basically want to get out of a place where I no longer feel comfortable at. Will I be completely dedicated to my YouTube channel in the future? Oh, absolutely I will be. There was no question about it. But I definitely... I'm trying to make up my mind. Where do I want to go? Nope. There was just genuinely nothing here. And I do plan on doing a few things more with my channel. Oh, there you are. Was it me, or did it look like something was gonna pop out? So, okay, so, where do we go from here? Okay, so, currently, I've picked up a couple tips or tricks and tips on how to do a better job with editing. You probably didn't notice, but with one of my previous videos, there was actually a malfunction. And I was actually able to somewhat fix it by kind of editing out the malfunction, if that makes sense. Basically, it was like some kind of weird double screen, if you know what I'm talking about. It's a lot like with one of my previous videos, the one where it had the radio gameplay, Necropolis, I think it's called. What the oh, well, this is cute. Come here. Oh, wait, never mind. That took me by surprise. So, I'm actually making a debate if I should go back and edit that video to where it doesn't have that double whatever that to me is an eyesore. Because as much as I liked the gameplay and the story and everything, the way that it was recorded on my computer, I want to go back and fix it. And to do that, it's going to result in me re-uploading it. But then again, though, surprisingly, not a single person, last I recall, watched my video. Sucks, but let's be real, I'm kinda a beginner. I'm a beginner. I don't have many videos. And that is because I got so much to juggle in my life, I have to kinda learn what to prioritize. And considering that there have been things that did not go well for me, I kinda realized there's some things that are simply not worth the hassle. Did this guy get a buff? Because he's carrying extra items. Anyways, so if I were to continue one set thing, there is not going to be much of a benefit to me in continuing it. Especially after how some events have turned out. And with that one, long story short, I thought if I continued with this one thing, I would get the help I need to do the other. Turns out, people... how do I put this? What I expected turned out either it was never going to happen, or the individuals that I thought were going to help me out of concern decide, no, we're not going to help you now because we are concerned. Okay, well, in that case then, I have no reason to continue this one thing anymore. Instead, I have more of a reason to work on other stuff, whether anybody likes it or not. Do they like it? I don't think I've got the chance to fully tell them. I've told other people, such as relatives, but I have not had the chance to simply tell everyone who was hoping. Why? Am I avoiding it? I'm not really avoiding it. It's one of those things where if you know you don't have to, then there's just no need to. That's just how it is. If they ask, are you bloody kill? No. I got what I needed. Anyways, essentially, if they ask me, I'll tell them. And if they don't like it, too bad. I got my life to live. I am not gonna just go off and waste my time on something that have turned out to be almost for nothing. There were some benefits to it. I ended up with, getting a few things that has helped me out. One of them helped with surgery I went to. It wasn't serious. It was just some tooth issue I had. It was so bad, I had to immediately go. It happened 2 times. And it's no... And while I do take some responsibility of what happened, the other part happened because certain individuals who were... Again, different people, not the same people, different people, who were supposed to help with it. Sickness. Oh, come on! Come on! Why? Can we avoid some of these things? Can we take safety precautions where we can avoid it? Like, okay, make it to where that some of it cannot be avoided. Like, if it's flu season, that makes sense. It's kind of hard to help that. I work at a store, so if I get the flu, or if I just get sick in general, that can't be helped. If I can avoid it, I'll avoid it. But if it's something to, like, let's say, hey, pick up your house, clean your stuff, and whatever, and you don't have to deal with any, like you get bugs in your house because you don't clean your house. Okay, well, in that case, then if you don't clean it, this is what you get. You stay on top of it, congratulations. You don't have to put up with it. Okay, so how do I treat this? Taking medicine. Shoot. You know what? I'm gonna have this guy do some mental rest because he's still grieving. And with everybody sick, it's now a good idea to have someone cook while they are sick. You can spread diseases if you have your cook, well, if you have your chef who is sick cook, he's gonna get other people sick. So, you know what? Here's an idea to the developers. Not only should you add events that can be avoidable because of how you maintain your base and the people in your base, but also have it to where that there's some things you want to avoid because of other things. So let's say, hey, it's flu season, but only one of your survivors got sick. Okay, if it's the one who does the cooking usually, have him make it to where survivors cannot have him cook. And if they do have him cook, he's going to get other survivors sick. Because whenever you have food that's contaminated, yeah, everybody's screwed. And that's not good. What else should a developer add? Okay, this is gonna sound a little controversial, but make it to where you have to be more careful with what survivors you let into your base. well, they have their own set of benefits, it could cause conflict with other survivors. No, you know what? Never mind on that one. Never mind that one, because then that can just lead to some... Oh, man, that can just lead to some nonsense happening, and it's just going to be making it to where, like, oh, well, in that case, then why should I go with this survivor if he's going to cause trouble? Screw him. Yeah, you know what? Scrap that one idea I just mentioned. Okay, so, actually, I'm genuinely trying to think of something here, because I genuinely think there are, you know... Oh, and you know what? Maintain your base, but also make it to where that... Shoot. You know what? Yeah, just add to the where there's maintaining your base, like cleaning areas or whatever. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda glad they didn't add anything like coughing or hacking yet for your survivors when they get sick. Because that can really be a huge hindrance. But then again though, that could make things more interesting, because if it was added, then it makes you much more careful with who to send out to get supplies. Do you want to send someone out who is coughing a lot? Because if so, that could get them, you know, into a serious accident. I don't know if that money is ever going to be of use. I have yet to find it. Maybe it's for one of the other endings, but I can't recall if it was ever required for you to have a, well, watch or money. No, I don't think there was. I could be wrong, but don't think there was. Maybe you could probably use these items to bribe other survivors. Ouch. I did not need to do that. or mean to do that. Alright, I don't think there's anything else here for me to get. Went in, I grabbed what items I could. There was really nothing else for me to grab. I don't know if I said this already, but I wonder if this game will ever be mod friendly. If so, holy jeez, the amount of crazy stuff people can add. Wait a second. Here's a stupid idea. And it's a cursed oh, there's nothing in here. It's a cursed idea. No, it may not work, and you might get some really... No, you know what? I'll just say it. Why not add a thing to where after you complete a game or two, you can make your own survivors? It sounds stupid. And you could lead to some... oh my goodness, some interesting creations. But it could work. Or better yet, what about adding mods that would add, like, special types of infected? So let's say if people are like, man, I want some this or that, then you can just, you know, do this and that. But then again, though, there are... Well, I don't know. That's a big maybe. I mean, look at Left 4 Dead. Or Left 4 Dead 2 is what it is. There's a mod where there's a chance that instead of dealing with a jockey, you'll deal with a sentry buster. That thing... Oh my goodness. You have no idea how many times that thing has taken me down. I mean, you may think, like, oh, you're a noob. All you have to do is just wait for him to start going off or find the right items to, you know, get rid of him. And that's true, but the thing is that there are situations that cannot be helped. Like, I was getting swarmed with the undead so much that, oh my goodness, I was easy to be taken down. So, what if we add something like that to the game? Not a sentry buster, but making it to where that it's easy for you to mod the infected to have different abilities. Matter of fact, why not add something like, instead of create your own survivor, you can just create your own infected. Hold up a second, though. That can also be dangerous, because there was actually a situation where a game tried something similar, to where you would type down your own response. Okay, Markiplier, I can't remember what it was called, but Markiplier played this game. But what happened was he would investigate some weird things happening in this one village. Okay, is this a glitch? Me being able to carry this many items, is that a glitch? It might be. Okay, anyways. You basically investigate a village where there was an unpleasant incident that had happened. And it turns out it's almost like an unknown time loop. And every time you went into yourself, you would give a random response. And it's based on what you put down. And you would save it, and you would upload it into the Steam Workshop, and you would then, you know, have that encounter happen while, you know, you're doing your thing. And this has led to people uploading viruses in the workshop, where when people upload, like, let's say, hey, you run into this guy, and you're like, what's going on? And he responds with, I saw a penguin get smacked today, or something like that, something silly. A virus would be added in, a Trojan horse, in other words. So, because of that, I believe the game was taken down. If people know what I'm talking about, please put it down in the comments below. You might know what I'm talking about. Markiplier played the game, and that happened. Okay, so you know what? Shoot, I am so... Okay, but then again, though, Steam has added safeties to where it would be hard to do that. But it's not... I don't know. Shoot, you know what? I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I don't think I'll be able to provide a good idea for the developers. I'm not gonna lie, I would actually like to make my own video game. I'm not joking. Am I in the process of making a video game? No. No, 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 no. Not right now. But if I could in the future, I definitely will. And before you ask what kind of game I would make, oh man, I want to... Okay. There are different types of games I want to make, but not a whole lot. In a way, I kind of want it to be like, you might think, oh, you basically want to make Resident Evil. No, no, I want to make Survival Terror, but with a twist. I don't want to say too much now, because technically I'm already talking to friends about the possibility of us working on something. Holy jeez! Are you gardening? Well, sure, someone has to, don't you think? Students will come back one day. Lady, this place is gonna be in ruins long before anyone comes back here. Even more reason to keep these plants alive, don't you think? Why? Well, because life is precious. Because hope must survive. Okay, I'll admit I agree with her there, actually. They're just plants, though. You're gonna die if you stay out here. Oh, are you worried about me? That is very dear of you. What about you? I wonder when you last had a proper meal. And you're not sleeping well, are you? I sleep enough. Are you surviving? But are you keeping hope alive in your heart? I'm doing what I can. Perhaps you need looking after more than these plants do. I think you could use some help. Green Thumb. Produce additional items when planted in the garden. Forager. Chance to gain vegetables at the start of a phase. Injury Prune. This survivor takes extra damage in combat. Makes sense, she's a little old lady. You know what? I genuinely respect how you do your thing, lady. If you got nothing else important to do, I welcome you back to my hideout. Thank you. Please show me the way. Of course, you are more than welcome. Alright, my darlings, grow big and strong while I'm gone. He's an asshole. Yeah, she's like, she is correct. My character is not getting enough sleep. Alright, mate. Get some shut-eye. Let's just add that in there. It could be of use. Let's see what you can do. Oh yeah, that's right. He can't stand junk food. Baby. I'm calling him a big baby. That's it. I'm not trying to... You know what? Never mind. Yeah, you're gonna be busy. Oh, she is still making more. Okay, no big deal. those still supplies left back there? Oh, wait. You know what? I know what it is. I know what it is. I feel silly. Okay, so, you know what? Let me finish off getting this item. May not be much, but it would be beneficial. Alright. We got ourselves a good crew. Let's do this. Oh, I forgot. I gotta be careful. Okay, so I can't climb on that one. Yet. Oh. Okay, let's do this. It's not. Okay, well, how many supplies did I get? You know what? Maybe I should have sent the chef to pick these up. Alright. Yeah, perhaps I should have sent the Frank to the school instead of the The guy with the chemical skills. The chemist. Whatever his name was. Okay, that has to be a glitch to carry this many items. They're really going at it. And now my guy needs some sleep. I wonder if some of them will have unique voice lines, because I can't help but worry that this sweet little old lady's gonna say something that is so out of pocket. Like, what he just said, other survivors can say it too. But what I'm genuinely worried about is that she might say that line even though it doesn't suit her. And if it does, oh my goodness, what have we done to upset this sweet old lady? Oh my goodness. Okay, so her abilities. Okay, so she can easily make extra plants. Oh. Okay. Not bad. We might need you to help with barricading the place, if that's okay. Shoot. Wow, this guy's fixing to pass out. Okay, tell you what, how about we let the other girl take care of the barricades. When our guy gets some sleep, he'll get up and I'll have him cook some food. You know, I feel like when I was talking about my job earlier, I feel like I didn't... You know what? I want to add one more thing. I live in an area where there's only a few places to get a job at. Because of that, when people need places to work, where they're working at, like where I'm at right now, is both the best option, but the least favorable one. Because it's a place that'll either help you, or it will really, how do I put this? Do you wrong. And you're probably wondering, well, what do you mean by that? It's not easy to get a job here, especially when you're young. There are old people in this town where they have these beliefs that are outdated. That's just how it is, you know, when you live in certain places. And when it comes to people like me who's worked at this place for a good while, especially when I have developed a bit of a not-so-bad reputation in the community. A chaotic one, but a not-so-bad one. Then I'm good. Like I said, it's just a matter of, hey, will this and that hire me because of, you know, the timing. Come here. You're taken care of. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, what will happen to the other workers who just started working there? They may not be in a good position. Unless they have, like, a long record beforehand that's, you know, like, hey, I've worked here for 5 years, I've worked here for 7 years, and then I just worked here for, let's say, a little bit, then I immediately quit short after being hired. You could potentially, don't quote me on this one, but you could potentially still get a job. Some places might turn you away because of how quickly you left the other workplace. But not all workplaces do, and that's just based on my experience. Now, everybody's experience would be the same. And because of that, if you have people who are like teenagers who are desperately looking for a job, I've been there myself, it was horrendous, they're screwed. Because if they need a job, the most likely place to work at is where I'm working at. It's not guaranteed, but it is likely to happen. Because of that... Oh, that place got decreased. Anyways, because of that... If they can't be able to work there, they may not be able to work anywhere in this town. And you may say, oh, you're just exaggerating. No, I'm sorry to break it to you. Although, not really, because it is what it is and it cannot be helped. Okay, what does this thing mean? That there was plenty of... What? I was just there. What did I miss? You know what? No, hold on. I got a better idea. I think it's time that we take this opportunity to just straight up get in there and get a few items. I'll make it. So yeah, it's unfortunate, and you're probably wondering, oh, why would kids have trouble getting jobs today? Okay, again, depending on where you live, like I do, it's gonna be a place where it's mostly old people. And they're gonna be just, you know, difficult to persuade into hiring. That's what I had to put up with. Second, many workplaces are incredibly picky. You may think, well, ever since COVID happened, that hasn't been a thing. Actually, that's kind of false. Many places are going back to being picky on who they hire again, which is very unfortunate because you would have thought they learned by now that, hey, by being picky who you hire, you're putting yourself in an awkward position. Because if, let's say, another thing like COVID happened again, they're gonna be screwed. And that's what happened with many of these businesses. There's been a couple of businesses in this town that got shut down because of it. Not many, but, you know, a couple. And many of them struggled. Why? I could go in details about that, but I'm not going to bother. Especially since I'm worried that it might become a political thing. I do not want this... For right now, I have no intentions of making my channel political. I may be open to conspiracy theories, but I have no interest in involving politics here. I do not want politics to get involved in this channel. If I do, that's gonna be way down in the future. Why? I don't think it needs to be explained why. Alright, buddy. Time for you to start cooking. Everybody in this house needs it. Oh, we got some good stuff. Some good stuff. We're gonna have a good time. Alright, let's do this.